now.
I would like to check in with you and to look at something. The last time we spoke, you said to me, or you suggested, if there's intense feeling, just to try to feel it in the spaciousness of being, just to allow it to be there. And yeah, I did that also. And what I found is that there's still a fight going on inside, and I can see that there are these thoughts coming, labeling the sensations, and yet sometimes, and maybe this is also just a thought, I have the notion that I'm not fully understanding where this identification is coming from or how it reshapes. And maybe it's just the thought which I'm believing, and then the suffering continues. I don't know really if you can help me with this one.
I just want to say that there's some noise that comes from point to point. Is it because something is not so tightly put, the headphones jack is a bit loose, or you can try a bit, so it will help me hear you better. Yeah. Something is shaky there. It seems okay for the moment. It's fine. If nothing can be
Okay.
done, it's fine. So this fight that happens, what is the location of it?
I cannot really point a specific location. It's just I can only say where the sensations are felt,
I see.
but I cannot
So,
really say. Yeah.
so if there are sensations, you see, some contraction, some other contraction colliding with contraction, you see, does that just contraction, all the sensation, is that what you mean by fight?
Yes, and because the story, there's a story,
Yes.
of course.
So without the story, can there be a fight?
I still feel yes, somehow.
Yes. So we should really look at this, no? So let's say in pure perception is what I call it, no? The storyless perception, you see? Storyless perception. Now, what has to appear here, you see, that without the story becomes an attack or a fight?
Can you say it again, please?
Yes.
I couldn't really get.
So okay, let me expand on that a bit. So in your being, you have this seeming outside world. Yes. Now, in this outside world, if there was no story, but there was something showing up, you see, without the story, what could cause trouble?
Yeah, it couldn't cause trouble. No.
Okay. So then the next level of your existence, let's say, is the layer of the body. You see, at the body layer. So at the body layer, some sensations, pain, pleasure, all of this can come, and recall the innocence of a child, where there was a child in satsang on Friday, and one moment he was crying, the next moment he was laughing. There was no story and there was no suffering. Pain and pleasure was naturally there, but there was no fight. There was no psychological struggle. So I'm giving the answer along with the question, which is a bit unfair, but would you see it like that?
Yes.
Yes. You see, Now, let's say we go a level deeper and we go to the level of, let's leave thought aside, let's go to emotion. You see, emotion, there's some emotion, anger, what we call anger, but we are not labeling for the moment. You see, there's some anger, then moments later, there's some joy, then there's some neutrality where you can't really place what emotion is there. Now, without the labels in the story, can it become a fight?
No.
You see? Are you saying no because you know it's the right answer, or you see it, or you see it like,
I see it
yeah,
that
yeah.
it's not possible,
Mm.
but there's still so much, like, these voices inside just
Yeah.
rebelling against this. So
Yes, of course, of course. It is his job, so don't worry. It will do that. You see? It usually will not accept the words of satsang and say, "Come, come, I'm waiting for you." It is going to rebel against it. It is going to fight. You see? So, but we are recognizing the playground of the fight. No, we are recognizing clearly the playground of the fight. And then if you go beyond even emotion, then you come to pure presence and beingness, and you realize that, of course, it is not possible to have any sort of fight or struggle over there. So all of this exercise was done so that we can localize and we can see that the location of this conflict is just in our mind. You see? Now, what can the mind tell you so that there is conflict or struggle or fight?
I have an idea for this. It's like this. There's this subtle. There's this expectation that after some years of going to satsang and participating in satsang, there shouldn't be this energetic pain on a daily basis anymore. So this is the uh, yeah,
Very good.
suggestion of the mind.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So in a way, what I was going to say is that the mind has all of the proposals for better. You see, now better sounds like a good idea, but the problem with better is that it resists what is.
Yeah.
You see,
Hmm.
now because you have gone to satsang, that therefore you should not be in this kind of pain anymore. It is an idea of how your life should be better or how things should be better, but subtly, it is only job is to resist what is.
Hmm.
You see? And in this humble sounding notion of better, these proposals of better, we become inadvertently, you see, not inadvertently as consciousness, but as part of the play, inadvertently in opposition to what is. You see? So this resistance or opposition to what is called the ego. You see?
Hmm.
And that is why the advice last time was to see that for what is actually existent, which is your being, you see, no sensation or perception needs to come or go. It is
Hmm.
fine with whatever is there. You see, it is only this self-image called the ego, which self-image is like a shape, which says, in my perception, I only want good stuff. I don't want this so-called bad stuff. You see, it picks and chooses, and that picking and choosing is suffering.
Yes.
You see. And then what happens is we come to satsang and we hear some opposing concepts, and then it can seem like there is a set of concepts and there's an opposing set of concepts, and then both can get into a fight. You see?
Yeah.
You see, sometimes you'll hear the master's words, which the mind can replay also. And say, you see, it's saying something, then it's saying, okay, also replaying the master's word just to put you into a resistive state.
Yeah.
You see? Now, if you were to leave that playground where the fight is happening, you see, then can you struggle?
I need to feel it out. No, there's no struggle. It's just that the sensations are here and it's still
Yes,
uncomfortable.
yes. But these labels, they belong to the image that you have about yourself, you see,
Mm.
because the mind is convinced you that this should not be,
Yes. Yes.
and therefore it can feel like you're only getting somewhere if these sensations are going away,
Yes.
you see. So it is
Yes.
put you in this scale of better, you'll get better if these go away, which is a, which is a setup for failure again, you
And
see.
it also is it always brings this identity of a victim immediately
Yeah,
as soon as
yeah,
this sensation
yeah,
is here.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then this fight or this, yeah,
yeah,
uh, trying to coming out of this,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we can never fix the problem at that level. You see, no problem actually can be fixed at the level at which it is created. So you just have to transcend it. So we're not trying to fix the mind, heal the mind, make the mind quieter. None of that. The mind can be whatever it wants to be. You see, what percentage of your being does your mind take up?
Right now, I can say, is just the sensation that seems to be quite taking a lot of space
Okay,
of
okay.
in the being.
I'll give you a tip.
Yeah.
You see, for a moment now, just don't even label it a sensation.
Mhm.
Don't know what it is at all. Just be completely open, not with an expectation that it will go away. You see, just fully open, and just whatever is appearing is so much in your attention that you don't have any attention left to go to a label and say this is what it is. Whatever is showing up is fully in your attention. You see, now this what is showing up can only see, can only hurt that which it is touching, isn't it? It cannot hurt that which it is not touching. Now, that which it is touching, can it be hurt?
What do you mean by touching?
Okay. Let me say that in which it is appearing, that is what it is touching, no? Like at its boundary, there's just this space of being. You see?
Yeah.
So I was trying to avoid as many labels as possible, but maybe just to clarify, you see. Now just go back, you can try and forget about these labels for a moment. Just go back to your pure, just giving your attention to whatever is showing up and see if you can find that which is actually hurt by it.
That we're just seeing it, you mean? If this
Can you
is
find
hurt?
any that can you find anything that is hurt by it? This is the quote unquote sensation.
No.
You see. So can you find the one that the mind is trying to protect?
No.
Are you affected in any way if this continued to remain like this?
No.
You see? Now, create an image of yourself that is affected by it. Use thoughts, use ideas, actively resist it.
I cannot do it right.
This is when you invite it, then it seems difficult. You see, when you invite it to come, come, let's create the self image, let's play with that for a bit so that something can be heard with these sensations. Otherwise, these sensations are going to waste. You see? So, so invite it to come. Again, try. Use 10 thoughts. Just pick up 10 thoughts. Just believe them. I'm here with you. Nothing will happen. Don't worry. Pick up 10 ideas about yourself and do it. This is reverse satsang. Tell me when you succeeded.
It's not happening. Yeah. So it is, Ananta, it is really when these thoughts come and I believe them, then it creates this
Yeah.
this this fight. It gives reality to this.
Yes. So remember, my tip is that nothing in pure perception can cause any suffering. You see? To suffer, you need an idea. And when you're open, just like you check, you see, when you're really open, you see, then you can even invite and say, okay, what is this? But in your openness, you see, in your acceptance, in your openness, even this play cannot happen. You see?
Now all these thoughts are coming. Like I hope that next time when it comes, but it's already like
Yes.
also
Yeah.
creating this victim
Exactly.
again. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. It tries to pull you back in time.
Mm.
So sometimes I say that if you're in satsang with me, forget about either time or space. Pick one. I'm not asking you to do both.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your openness, my dear. Thank you. Very good.